The annual Maneuver Warfighter Conference was held on Fort Benning, where leaders across the Army came to discuss topics related to the future of the maneuver force.
It was also a venue for the Maneuver Center of Excellence Commandants to update warfighters on the state of the Infantry and Armor Schools. The Maneuver Warfighter Conference was an onslaught of speeches and presentations about the future of the Army's techniques and best practices.
Our maneuver force, infantry, armor have to work together here at Fort Benning, but we also have to work together across a whole bunch of activities in our Army, the research and development communities, our units, our operational units, how we're teaching leaders, how we're training soldiers, how we develop our doctrine, and then in combat developments.
Part of the Infantry Commandant's speech was about how improving the mobility of the Infantry Brigade combat teams could make them more effective and even more deployable.
When you look at the IBCT, its strengths, it's rapidly deployable, it's strategically very, very mobile. 82nd Airborne Division, there can be wheels up in 18 hours. That's strategically lightning fast. But just as I've done many times, as soon as my parachute lands, I move at about 3 miles an hour. So I'm not very tactically mobile.
To fix some of these mobility issues, the Army is developing some new vehicles like the Ground Combat Vehicle and some replacement vehicles. The Joint Light Tactical Vehicle may someday replace the MRAP or Humvee, and the Armored Multipurpose Vehicle may also replace the M113 Armored Personnel Carrier. These changes may make the soldier more mobile, but there still needs to be a well-trained infantryman inside them.
Regardless of the platform upon which the soldier, the infantryman, arrives, what gets out of that platform is a well-trained, well-led, well-equipped infantryman who's in superb physical condition, he's a precision marksman, and he's trained to execute his warrior tasks and battle drills. That's what we owe to the operational force.
This vision of the infantryman will come with additional personal protection equipment, soldier and leader training alterations, and improved mobility. But this is only one part of a maneuver force.
There is nothing new to what we are trying to do here at the Armor School. Most of it are challenges and problems that have been addressed through this Army. Ultimately, we're trying to develop agile and adaptive leaders who are mentally and physically fit. And we are, of course, focused ultimately on combined arms operations.
Part of this training and ultimate revitalization of the Armor Force will be in getting back to the basics.
As armor officers and soldiers, we got to get back into our tanks, get back into tank gunnery and combined arms maneuver from that perspective. Similarly, for our reconnaissance soldiers and leaders, we've got to get back into the fundamentals of reconnaissance and security missions. We've got to get back onto those platforms, understand those tools that are available, and really apply those again as part of the combined arms team.
The common theme, combined arms training. This theory, once a taboo practice in the days of Patton and Eisenhower, is now a working practice where infantry and armor train together and then fight together.
We're a combined arms maneuver force. The armor and cavalry play a very, very important role in that, as does the infantry. It's like positions on a football team. Everyone's got their different role into the overall team effort. The fact that the Armor and Infantry School came together, that's powerful because that is how we fight. It brings truth to the adage in the Army, you train as you fight.
The Maneuver Conference brought together senior leaders so that they could present ideas, best practices, and lessons learned to create an Army that's not only prepared today, but is looking at what it needs to do to be prepared for tomorrow.